Now that I'm driving and I have a trip in, if I take this to full screen, I get that little map in the top right, and all of this becomes much bigger. I love this feature, my favorite feature. Finally, the day is here. Yesterday, our 2018 Tesla Model 3 finally got the spring update. Considering summer is about 10 days away, it's about time. So this is the update 2024.14.9, and I'll show you that I actually have an Intel-based system. So for me, this update was a little bit different than people who are on an AMD processor. So let's check out some of these new features and take a look at them running on an Intel-based Tesla. Click like, click subscribe, indulge in your life at indulgeclothing.com for the merch. Let's check out the spring update in an Intel Atom-based Tesla. All right, so we're inside my Tesla Model 3. Let's get into the features. First off, as you see, since I have, let me actually show you here. Whoa, there's a separate Wi-Fi button. That's new. I didn't know that. Also, Bluetooth has its own button down here. That's also new. Didn't know that either. Okay, now, so actually a lot of this has changed now that I'm looking at this, but how do I find, maybe it's in service? No, safety. So software. So, can show you here. There's our software versions. We're on version 2024 14.9 and full self-driving 12.3.6. And if I click additional vehicle information, shows that I have the infotainment processor with an Intel Atom. So that's why, and I actually have an update. Navigation update. Wow. So that's why I don't have the Cybertruck screen. Now, there's a handful of things here that are different, which I'll try to show you most of those. So first off, of course, when you put in an address, you of course get the little progress bar down here, which is new, and it actually will show you, like you can kind of see right there's a little blip of orange where I'll hit some traffic, but that's of course one of the main new features of navigation. Now if we put in a faraway address like London, Kentucky, the trip bar a little bit better there. And so like now you can see that little red arrow has moved along closer as I'm getting closer to home. That's essentially what that looks like. Also, you'll see when I'm driving here that if I full screen this in full self-driving, I do get the little map in the corner. My favorite feature so far. Now that I'm driving and I have a trip in, if I take this to full screen, I get that little map in the top right. And all of this becomes much bigger. I love this feature, my favorite feature. Also, the lock bar goes to the middle. I don't remember if that was there before, but it's there now. This view is where it's at though. I absolutely love this view. I think it is just perfect because I'm paying attention. I always hated that I could not see the map, and to be able to see the map now is just one of the best things to me. Now, as you can tell here, this looks a little bit different. And one thing that I actually came across is used to, you had a very easy way to get to sources, right? And so now when you minimize this, it kind of comes right here. You can just click that to reopen it. Used to it whenever here's a little icon, but there's no easy way to switch your sources anymore. Like used to, I could just click sources and change through it. Now you can long press on the left steering wheel button and that'll change it over. Long press again. Now I'm on radio. Where we're holding again. I'll be on, looks like that's tune in. Now I'm on Spotify. This is Kaylee's Spotify list. And then looks like you got a few things here, repeat, random, etc. You can add this to a list, I'm guessing, and even search all from right here. It brings up the search window, but it's still there. But as you can tell, I don't have any way to get from here over to Bluetooth. So I kind of pin this button here so that way I can just easily click and switch back over to Bluetooth. That works. Now, a few things that I'll show you is the blinkers. You might not be able to tell, but those are actually different. And then blinkers, I could be wrong, but to me, those blinkers are a lot more visible. Probably can't really tell in the video. Green seems to be a lot brighter, and they're just more visible green blinkers in my opinion. Also, the regen bar has moved. It used to be up top. It's now over here on the left side. I can show you that. You can see the regen bar there beside the current speed limit. So like right now it's the dark black. If I let off, you can see it go green. So very interesting that they moved that. I wish it was a little bit thicker. I will say that, just a smidge thicker than it currently is. And also the speed and everything, much bolder, much brighter. Really, really like that. Might be able to tell, or maybe not, but the miles per hour is bold, nice and bright. I personally really like that update. It makes it was never really hard to see before, but to me this is just a whole lot better than it was originally. Now as you see, I have a few blue dots here that I have not clicked on. So like if I go to navigation, we apparently have speed camera chime. We can turn that on. I don't mind having that feature. Looks like that's the only thing new there. Autopilot, full self-driving, supervised, average, assertive, expanded visualizations, widens autopilot. Okay, well, let's turn that on and see what that looks like. And they did change up this menu a little bit. Like this is dynamics now here. Very, just a little bit different than it was before. So far, everything else basically seems the same. And the Wi-Fi and Bluetooth, I like that they've added that at the bottom. Now, if I come over here, you have a few other new things. So Spotify did get an upgrade. Audible has been added for the ones who like to listen to books. The navigation icon, that's totally different. And there was some upgrades to the toy box or arcade. Can we see, does it show us blue icons for the Spotify changes? It does not. My daughter uses this. I actually don't use Spotify. This is her account linked here. So, but we basically have most of the features on the Intel version with the exception of this home screen. Now, why they could not give us the big home screen like the Cybertruck has or the other Model 3 and Ys, I'll pop a photo up here. I don't know why that won't work on an Intel-based system. It seems just like a visualization, just like this, like I guess this can't be bigger for some reason. Not entirely certain. I've had this for about a day. I do feel like that full self-driving stays in the lane a little bit better, but my only complaint is my sources. Granted, I don't switch sources that often, but from time to time I would, and I kind of dislike that there's not an easier way to switch sources. Now, as I mentioned, you can pin this down here. So like, I'm gonna pin it there. There we go, that should hopefully stay there to where I could easily always get to my Bluetooth if it's on something else. As for the improved visualizations, that's a hard one to tell. It's picking up all the cars like it always has. Maybe it's picking up more. That's a hard one to really pinpoint, but I at least enabled the feature and like that it's there. That speed limit though, definitely my second favorite new feature, besides the map in the corner, of course. Another thing, the volume. Look at that, that's a lot smaller of a volume icon than it had before. Doesn't really matter, but I just happened to notice it. Then in terms of lag, like if I go to this and then, swipe this down, there's not really any lag. It's nice and smooth on an Intel system as well. I'm here. Toll booth detected. There's no toll booth. Didn't realize this till now, but even the reverse is way bigger. And there it is. Oh, I did not go over every single feature, like some of the new Spotify changes and some of the new changes to the games, but I wanted to show you the main things. Now, as I mentioned, I do hate that we did not get the Cybertruck style screen. I personally really like that UI, but I love the new full screen, full self-driving with the map in the corner. Absolutely my favorite feature. Driving around on this, I still haven't really seen the enhanced visualizations, but full self-driving is just as great as it always was. And this update has made my 6-year-old car even better. I mean, you can't beat that. This car is a 2018. This was made in May of 2018. In June of 2024, it just got an update to add all these features and do all these great things that a lot of the brand new Teslas can do that my old one can even do. So can't beat it in my opinion. Love the new update. Until the next Tesla update, we'll see you then. Click like, click subscribe, indulge in your life at indulgeclothing.com for the merch. See you next time. Deuces.